So first we need to understand what Torero does. And to do that, we need to look at a common situation that you'll see in most enterprises today. You have someone who's writing code. They have some sort of CI/CD pipeline, right? Or at least some sort of testing involved. And then after that, it goes to a Git repository where they create a release, or they have a certain hash that they say is the one that they're going to use. And then after that, things get kind of gray and murky. So if this is just me working on it, then I've got a local computer where I'm running this. I'm making sure I'm maintaining all my environments correctly. And if I have a problem, I start troubleshooting my environments and try to figure things out. If this is trying to be worked with a team, then maybe I'll have a server, and that server will run a certain set of scripts, but then I'll have to have another server, another VM, or another container to be able to do another set of scripts, because things just, can overrun each other and have problems. So that's where Torero comes in. Torero takes the code, it then puts it in a specific virtual environment designed just for that code, and then it creates a service around that. And that service is then something that can be given and distributed to other people. It uses the same process that you would expect to do yourself manually, but all does it automatically and through a single binary. So what happens now is you have the ability to scale to different teams. You have like the DevOps, net DevOps. They might be writing the code and they have their own processes and do their own thing, but then they send it to a Git repo. Then you might have net engineering who might use those scripts to be able to not have to log into the command line to run a script to do a tool. And now they can create the services. And then they can create those services and hand them out to the other teams. You've got like operations or external teams, or what about the security team? All those different teams need access to the devices through an organized and prescribed set of environments. So now we create these services that are specifically tailored to these different teams. Great way to be able to use and understand the scripts in a large scale environment. And also, we have all sorts of capabilities to be able to scale. We can scale horizontally, we can scale vertically, and so you can now have thousands of scripts on thousands of different devices, all easily managed. But I kind of digress. This is a getting started, not a how to scale video. So let's move on and let's go look at how that actually looks from the command line. Okay, let's go to the command line. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that what you do when you install Torero. Torero is a single binary image. It's just unzipped when you download it. When you first run it, it will ask you to accept the end user's license agreement, and it'll also create a .torerod file directory in your home directory. What's in that home directory is a config file and virtual environments for any of the scripts that you're going to be creating services out of, as well as a database that it stores for all the information for Torero. Other than that, that's it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to link to the repository. So there's a repository on GitHub that has this example script on it. So we're going to link to that, and we're going to create that in the Torero database. Next step we're going to do is we're going to create the actual opentofu plan. And with opentofu, it'll you point to a working directory. In this case, it'll be hello plan. And it'll we just do a little quick start example demo description. If you look here on GitHub, you can see that we've got the hello plan tofu folder. If you click on the tofu folder, you see that there's just a single main.tf. It's going to be pulling this information, and all it's going to do is run a command that says echo hello world. All right, pretty straightforward. So let's go back and let's now run it. So we've created this service based around your opentofu plans, and now all it is a run command. So you take it, you run opentofu, and we're going to do an opentofu apply. This will take a few seconds. It has to download the virtual environment, create it, set it up, and then run an output. The state file is there. You can see that we've got the hello world executing. Works great. So now we've added the resource and it's working. So now let's do a destroy. So to do destroy, what we're going to do is we're going to do an apply. We're going to take that information, pipe it to JQ, and we're going to send it back to the destroy as a state file. So we'll run that, and it should pull that information, do a hash check to make sure that the virtual environment is correct. Then it'll do the apply, then it'll do the destroy, and voila, that's it. You can see destroy complete. So we've now done an opentofu apply and an opentofu destroy using the state files.